glasses.
My favorite color.
Blue, purple, all those winter shades.
Can you hear me all right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
There's a
I've got a
concert going on out there.
There is a concert going on out there, but that's what we do as performers. I am in love with the Southern people.
Yes.
But my grandma was from Little Rock, Arkansas.
Very nice.
Yes. And so is my grandpa. But I have Northern grandparents from Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
So they done fought a lot. We've got Julie Scoggins here.
Yep.
And she did a set here at Harvey's Comedy Club in downtown. I gotta get.
Narcissistically speaking.
We should be leaning in here.
I know we've got a little bit of a space. I apologize if I offend Southern people with my fake Southern drawl. It's not done out of malice, just
No.
out of love,
Comedy.
comedy and love.
You know, people a lot of times when they, at least I tend to talk like whoever I'm around. You know, like when I went overseas, went to Europe and everything, the German, you get around German people and you
Yeah.
just
Right.
sort of, I mean, you don't speak German, but you just, I don't know, you just sort of flavor your words just a little bit. I think it's a natural thing to assimilate, you know, to blend.
is.
And my parents came over from Germany, and I went in the army in &73. And my grandma said when I came back, "What the hell? You came back with a Southern drawl from Germany?" And it's because I was around all
Where were
the
you
military.
stationed?
Hanau.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was a finance cashier because I'm only half Jewish.
Very nice.
If I'd have been all Jewish,
Very
it'd be
nice.
Fort Knox all the way.
That's good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So we're so happy that you have done military comedy. We're both military veterans of the
Nice.
Army.
You
Yes,
too?
ma'am.
Atta
Yes,
girl.
I was Army active duty 2000, 2006, Yongsan, Korea.
Very nice.
Yes.
And
It's
so
a real different life living on bases.
It is.
It's a very
it's
different-
very hard to get back into normal life.
Right.
Because civilians, you're just like, what are you crying about? Nobody's dying.
Right.
Yeah.
They have priorities.
Yes.
In order in
yes,
the military.
it's like if nobody's dying, it's fixable.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So did you grow up as a military
No,
family?
not at all. Not at all.
So
and
what's your connection that got?
oh,
how do
well,
you know this? And like,
nothing. There's not really one. It was no magic. One day I just got a text from a guy from Houston that is actually in charge of getting the talent for these tours, and he says I haven't heard from him in like 5 years, and I get this text, and he goes, "Hey, quick question, random question: would you be interested in doing a European tour for Armed Forces Entertainment this fall?" And I didn't even say where, how much does it pay, blah blah blah. I went, yes. End of it, you know. Yep. And I went and I did 10 countries in 35 days, and a lot of German bases. I didn't go to the one that you said, but I went to many of them over there. We were on a tour bus like a bunch of rock stars. It was awesome. And I'm going back in August, so.
Nice.
So I've been doing comedy for military and veterans around the country, up and down the West Coast, doing the once-a-year stand-downs, the comedy for it, bringing it and doing it. And I had a weekly show in Manhattan at
Very
the VA
nice.
hospital when I was
look
there.
at you.
Yeah.
All right.
So I do comedy on both coasts, so I had to come out as bi.
Bi-coastal.
Yeah,
You're
you got
bi-coastal.
it. Dang, she got it.
Can't fool me.
No.
Well, that's great that you do so much for the troops because
Yes. Amen.
sometimes troops can feel forgotten after
Especially now, with the
yeah,
anti-military sentiment going on.
right, even by a president that claims that he is conservative yet bone spurs.
I don't know, but
Shit, he was a Democrat when the Clintons were in office. He was
Right.
giving money to Bill Clinton.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on, man.
It's like, come on.
Everybody
Yeah.
is. That's what that is.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, he changes parties quicker than he changes wives.
He's
so-
a businessman. He just does
Yeah.
what he has to do to win.
Right,
Yes.
right.
Whatever he has to do to win, that's what he will do.
That's what he did.
Now he's in
And-
office.
He will
so-
say whatever.
Yeah.
I will not trust any president that doesn't have a pet.
Oh, thank
Good one.
you. Yeah,
If you don't have a dog or a cat or
Something's wrong.
squirrel or something,
yeah.
something's the matter with
Even
you.
a ferret. I'll take a
A
ferret.
ferret,
A ferret,
something,
a lizard.
and that thing on his head doesn't count.
It does not count.
No, it does not.
No, if you weren't the person that grew it, you don't get to own it.
It doesn't shit in a box in your house.
right? It's not yours. No, it is not yours.
I just don't trust people that don't like animals.
Yeah, it's
a bad
not
sign.
good.
I get not liking children, but not animals.
Not animals. Because children, they're
Germy.
they're germy, they're crazy, they
Little
throw.
petri dishes with legs.
Yes,
I'll say.
yes,
Do you
absolutely.
have some stories from your travels through the military stuff?
Oh,
you did?
yes.
We'd love to hear that.
Well, the coolest thing, when I went to Turkey, we were in Sirleck Air Force Base. We did a lot of Air Force bases at this last trip. And we went there. They told our group, there's 5 comics on the show, and then we had a handler, that did just that. That just that made sure we were where we were supposed to be when we were supposed to be.
Right.
And so they told us that we were going to ride horses, that we were going up to this remote site in Turkey that was too hard to get to by a vehicle, and that we were going to have to ride horses on this mountain.
Oh my word.
Okay, so I'm from the South. I'm like, oh man, I didn't bring those shoes. Man,
Get me a mint julep.
I'm gonna have the vapors.
Oh, the
But
vapors.
They said,
I get them all
but
the
they
time.
said no. You're gonna go up there. You're gonna take the. You're gonna ride horses up to this site and do a set and then come back. And I said, all right, that's cool. So they lead us out. It's like 2:00 in the afternoon. They lead us into this. They take us in these jeeps and stuff, and we go through this hangar, this big building, and we walk out the back side. We had to go through all kind of clearance and security. They looked at our IDs 100 times. And so we go out there, and damn
Body
if they
cavity
didn't,
search.
they load us. Oh, I
Sign me
wish.
up.
I wish. I was like, I got something.
Check it again.
Come and get it.
So we go out there, and damn if they didn't put us on Black Hawk helicopters and take us up to this remote place. There were like 80 people stationed up there, and they called it Site K. It didn't even have a real name. So we get all the way up there, and I'm doing my little set, and I said, what is the ratio here of men to women? And they went 40-1, and I was like, damn, I'm hot.
Exactly.
Woo! So, but that was the highlight. That was the coolest thing ever, was riding in those helicopters. That was a bomb.
Right.
That's
Right.
cool.
Yeah. So I'm going back to Turkey in the fall. August. So
I love doing comedy for military.
it's the best. They are so appreciative, and so they laugh at everything.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're gassed or something. It's almost like they've
Because when you're sleeping in the dirt and like eating crap, you're just like, hell yeah.
Well,
Yes.
some of them aren't. You've been to some of those bases in Garmisch
Yeah.
Garmisch in Germany, Ramstein,
They're doing fine.
Naples, Italy.
Yeah.
Oh
What?
yeah.
Are you kidding?
They don't count. They don't count.
Those people want to go there. Our tour finished in Portugal, and it's all warm weather and tropical and palm trees.
Beautiful people everywhere.
Yes, girl. We were in the Azores. It was nice. But I came to find that's the base where they promise to station people that will re-enlist.
Right. Right.
Ah, yeah.
Well,
So all the people
they
that were at
dangle
that
that
base,
in front of your face.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All the people that were there had been in a long time.
Got it, yeah.
Yes, because that's where you want to be, because that's
Yeah.
like vacation.
It is vacation. Before.
Open air bars and music
Oh, yeah.
outside and bougainvillea trees.
It's enough to make you forget your hold up.
But they're
Safe
not.
word.
But they're
Safe word.
That's the
pineapple.
trending.
Pineapple.
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 Ow, ow, ow.
That hurts.
I didn't say yes.
I did not consent.
I thought cosplay was what he was doing in prison. It seems to be a different. Okay.
Oh yes, Wizard
His
World.
playing was over by the time he got in there.
Yes.
You know what I think? I'll tell you what my theory about Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Tell us.
I do not think that he drugged women to get them to sleep with him. No, because he was a celebrity. They were coming to his apartment of their own free will.
Absolutely, they were.
Nobody got drugged till after they got there, right? Right?
Right.
He already had them in the bag.
Right.
Why did he need to do it then? I think, this is my thinking, I think he had a kink, and he liked for him to play dead.
I bet you that's.
Oh, like necrophilia.
Yes. Yes.
Ew.
Yeah, I know, right? But I think that
I just can't
that
eat
would
Jello ever again. Just thinking.
Well,
of
I'm
like,
done with that. Anyway,
My nails are strong.
but that's what I think because
That sounds good.
because
I like
he
it.
was a
Yeah.
celebrity. He had lots of money. He was a big star. I mean, women. He didn't have to do that to get women.
Right. Right.
That's right. They wanted to whatever he had to give to
Yep.
offer them to.
They wanted the
fans.
story. They wanted to tell their friends. The same reason that girls go chasing after ball players and stuff now. But they're gold digging. If they can get pregnant, then they can be set. If they can prove it's their kid.
Right. Right.
Absolutely.
I think there's a total industry of that.
There
I
is.
never
there was a
could
book or something
gel
about
with that because I could not bring a child in that kind of environment, where it's like, where's dad? Well, he's just kind of doing his thing. Well, why isn't he here? Well, I just got pregnant.
They'd be like, no, there's your daddy, baby. Look, there he is on channel 6.
Right.
Look, that's your daddy. He's sending us a check.
yeah.
There's your daddy. You be like your daddy. You need to practice.
Yeah.
You got the genes. Get in there and practice.
Get down in there.
One thing that really is concerning to me is emojis. Like feelings. We have machines and emojis. And what concerns me is the people coming up behind us, at some point, they're going to be so disconnected from feelings. Like, oh, I feel happy that I'm at Harvey's. Here, take this picture. This looks good, and attach it. And at some point, the feeling is lost, isn't it? That's just a silly thing to go into, but like it has to do
Human
with,
connection suffers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
And
That
so,
being
like,
said, I am an internet addict. So,
I am too. But
and my husband actually made me go for evaluation
Really?
for internet addiction. Yes.
No.
But no, it was because when we were home
love it.
together, that's what I wanted to do. But that's because we didn't want to watch the same thing on TV and stuff, and I'd rather do that. It wasn't that so it was just a time filler, in my opinion.
Right,
So anyway, I said, all right, to make you happy, I'm gonna go. I went. The girl that evaluated me sent me a Facebook friend request.
that's hilarious.
I love it.
I shit you not.
I
shit you not.
love it.
It's the truth. If I'm lying, I'm dying.
Oh my
And I went home and
word.
told him, and I said, fine.
And then did he get off your case about it?
No.
Man, I've been single since 1980. So, I'm sure
Who was
before
president then?
That's a really good question.
1980? Wasn't it Reagan?
Jimmy Carter?
That'll work.
Because he was
He's
in
from
the
the South,
he
right?
ran in 78, so.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, it was Carter.
I don't know peanuts about this.
That
Okay, that's a bad.
was the first election I ever voted in. That's how I remember.
You're not old enough.
I'm 68 in March.
I'm 59.
I'm 42.
Tuesday I was 59, so
Birthday.
Happy birthday!
that. Yeah, I saw that.
I still got that birthday smell.
Yeah.
What is the birthday?
Birthday
suit.
Mine's coming up. I want
Birthday
it.
suit. Ooh.
When is yours? March what?
19.
February 19th.
Oh my God.
1 month
February
exact.
19th, people.
You're the Pisces.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was always told I'm too sensitive. I'm too much myself. I don't get it. You know, like how can you be too much yourself? I'm sensitive.
Somebody says you're too sensitive.
sensitive.
I'll be like, what the fuck does that mean?
I've been told I was
God
too
damn it,
sensitive
you're making
too.
me cry. Shit.
And I think it's just like people that tell you that you're too sensitive is that they want to like dole out these like fucked up things, but they can't take it. You know, so when you give it back to them, they're like, oh, you're just too sensitive. It's like, no, I'm just giving your own bullshit back to you.
You know what they do? They like to do roast battles. Comedians like to do roast battles now. I'm not doing that.
The good ones are good, but some of them are lousy.
But I'm not doing that because I'm not mean.
Yeah.
And for me, and I've come along in comedy where it's never been a team sport, but still there's a respect for the community that you're in, and especially respect for the people that have tenure, that have been in it a long time.
Right.
And so for somebody to go up and just blatantly insult and pick at the very nuances or whatever that I see them do, I just wouldn't. I'm not mean.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
mean.
don't like to be mean too. I think if you have to be mean with humor or roast, is you lack imagination.
Well, there's some of them are damn good now. Lisa Lampanelli.
I love her.
Yeah.
She's brutal.
Yeah.
But
She is, but she does it with the heart.
But that's her thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she takes the shots.
Yeah.
You got to be willing to
that
take the
is
shots.
that's the best thing is like
She really
if you're
cares
willing
about
to give
everybody
it, you
in
got
the
to
audience.
take it. You know, if you're gonna dish it, I mean, you got to eat your own shit.
So I heard somebody say one time, well, Lisa Lampanelli, she's had more black guys in her than the Houston Astrodome. I was like, what?
Dang.
They just give her all the grief about, that liking black dudes.
Right.
Oh my God, it's
Well,
hysterical.
once
She
you go
quit
black,
doing
you don't go
comedy.
back.
Really?
Per se, and she's doing life coaching, and she puts out every day daily inspirations, like a podcast thing.
Lisa Lampanelli is inspirational?
Yep.
What?
She doesn't do the Queen of Mean stuff anymore.
Get out.
Yeah,
How come I didn't know
I
this?
listen every day, and then you can
Turn to
post
new
your own
leaf.
thing on her thing. And so I kind of mimic back what she's doing, same kind of pacing, same kind of inspiration.
Interesting.
It's just fun. She
to
hasn't
new
hasn't
leaf.
said get the hell off of here yet, so I still do it.
So
Well,
hey,
I mean, you're the reason she is there.
Yeah.
That's what she wants, That's very neat. I think when the whole comedy scene is evolving all the time, and
Right.
now internet is the thing, and internet stars and like YouTube stars are getting booked in comedy clubs all the time.
Right.
And do they have stand-up acts? Who cares? The club owners don't care because they can sell tickets and put butts in the seats. They don't care what you do with the time.
Yeah.
Come on in, but it's.
It is.
I get it, because remember John Bobbitt, that got his pecker cut off?
Yes.
He toured comedy clubs. Once he healed up and got back out there, and I guess everything was okay, but he toured comedy clubs for a while, and I guess people paid to hear the guy tell the story about getting his
and
dick
he
cut
did
off.
some porn too.
And like
Cash
a lot
in. People want to see.
I
All
want
they
to
care.
see it.
They don't care about. I would say that in those cases, people don't care about the porn. They want to see his dick.
Yeah.
They want to see what
I
happened.
wanna see that
What's
scar.
it look? Is it an elephant trunk that
Yeah.
they grafted?
Did they
What is
sew
it?
it on upside down?
Does it have a scar? Does it look like Franken dick?
right? Freaking dick, right?
They're just curious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I.
The plot is irrelevant.
Hey,
I
I
like-
watched the Paris Hilton porn, and I watched the Tommy Lee. And
Was that the one where her eyes were all white?
Yeah, I watched it.
I mean, I heard.
I mean, I wouldn't let a man treat me like that, but I watched it. I'd punch him in the throat, but
Right.
that's
I
just how
like
we
it
are.
when comics
Do porn.
really have jokes. Really
My
have
picture for the record is out here on this wall.
Yes.
And it is
Straight back.
It is 3 down from Ron Jeremy.
Oh my gosh.
I just put a picture. I just posted it on my Facebook tonight, and I said, "Boy, I am in good company. Look at this. This is Ron Jeremy."
Oh, jeez. So I like it when comics really have jokes and they're not relying on the punchline to be a goofy word or a dirty word.
Right.
So speak a little bit about that, because I'm sure comics will watch this. Like, your inspiration for people to go deeper.
Well, the rule kind of seems to be not a rule. There's no rule, but
You okay?
you should be able to take
Dying.
the curse. You should be able to take the fuck out of it, and it still be funny. But there are simply some words that just fit. I say just don't use it. Just don't say it every other word and weaken it.
Okay. I get
Which
it.
word is that?
Like,
The F
Like
word?
like
you
if
say
you're
it
gonna
so
say
often that-
if you're gonna say fuck a lot, okay. If you're gonna say the word fuck in your act, I mean, I may have said it twice.
Exactly.
Right.
That's it.
You know, and you hear opening acts sometimes just fuckity fuck 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 fuck, and it's like, all right, we've heard it.
Overdone.
Yep, and it's like they're dependent on it to carry the joke sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like you said, you need good punches.
Yeah. That's what I appreciated as I
A lot
was
of
here.
good punches
A
too.
lot of great jokes and tight material. Just
Don't waste words.
refreshing. Yeah, you were not. You were like the fewest words I've ever heard.
Yep.
But you weren't like pushing it on people. You were pacing. Like you'd do a tight joke, you give them room to breathe, do another tight joke. You know you do that? Am I telling you anything new?
I don't know. It's different each night.
Yeah. That's what I
Sometimes it's
noticed.
slow. Sometimes, like on 2-show night, the second show might be a different pace from the first one.
I loved how
'Cause you've had
you
3 or 4
were
wines
so
by then.
creative with like
Yeah.
the fish, like the salmon.
But I do it all the time.
Do you really? Well,
So
I
I've
mean,
practiced
it
it.
rocks.
But it looks good.
it
It was great.
delicious.
Oh, thank you.
I would eat that fish.
I want to know, like, you have a heart for the military. Where did the heart for them? I know I'm going back to the military, but I have such
Well,
a
the
heart.
guy just texted me and he said, "Do you want to do this gig?" And I just wanted to do it to go see the countries.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, I mean, there's nobody in my family in particular. However,
Okay.
I gotta tell you this.
Oh, here we go.
This is gonna be.
This is
uh-oh.
it. This
I didn't
is-
mean to hit the thing.
That's all right.
This is cool. Without going into a whole long story, I'm adopted. You heard me talk
Yes.
about being adopted.
Right.
And my adoptive parents passed away. My dad in 2000 and my mother in 2012.
Yep.
And so after that, well, in 2007, I started wondering about my mother, you know, and I started thinking, you know, I knew she was 22 when I was born, so I knew how old she would be. So I kept thinking about it. Now, if she's alive now, she would be 70. If she's alive now, she's 72. And I kept thinking, you know, if I'm going to really hunt for her, you know, I need to do it.
Right.
So anyway, I got busy after Ancestry started doing DNA. I thought, now I can get somewhere. So anyway, I found my mother. I'm trying not to go into too much.
That's
Right. Right.
amazing.
Right.
I was 56, and I found her. Turns out, she just got married to a guy she met on Match.com. She's 81 now. Just got married to a guy she met on Match.com. He's not even catfishing her.
What?
He's
Hey,
82.
He
He's
sounds
80.
like a keeper.
Retired lieutenant colonel,
Whoa.
Wow.
Marine Corps.
Oh.
2 master's degrees.
Wow.
Yep. And she hit the jackpot. I mean, he
Yeah.
is so,
If they don't catfish you, you've hit the jackpot.
he is the best. So, and he was very proud of me so he's my stepdad now.
Right.
That's cool.
And so that was important. And I would FaceTime him, you know, from Germany and stuff. I mean, he's pretty tech savvy for 82. He's good. He
Yeah.
gets his laptop, puts his camera up there, and
So he know you were doing military comedy when you ran into your mom, your real mom.
no, I wasn't. I started that after that.
So he's really proud of you for what you're doing to the military.
Yeah, and that happened later.
Got it. Nice.
But I knew her for a year, and she didn't tell anybody who I was.
What? That
I was
great.
coming around as a friend.
Wow.
Was it? Was she Southern? Your birth mother?
Well, yeah, but no. Well, she's from Charlotte, same as me, from
Okay.
North Carolina, but she was born in New Jersey. But her roots are in New Jersey. Well, no, I guess from North Carolina. They were from the coast.
Okay.
Anyway,
Um,
but she's not Southern. She doesn't sound very Southern.
Okay. Well, it's just in the southern community, to be a single mother, it was very big time no back
Well,
then.
in 1960, you just didn't do it.
Right. It was just.
And she was going to marry my dad. He was separated from his wife and soon to be divorced.
Yeah.
And had small children. And his wife had gone away to a mental health thing. Anyway, she got out and he changed his mind. And he told my mom, he said, I think in the interest of my kids and my family, I need to do the right thing. Well, a month after that, she found out she was pregnant. So it was cool to me to find out he didn't leave because of me, and he didn't abandon her, and he didn't treat her bad. You know,
Right.
It was none of that. They had already broken up. Anyway, so back to your question, that's the cool thing about the military thing is making him proud. So
cool.
Nice.
And I do FaceTime home. I have a parrot, and I FaceTime my bird. He puts her on his finger and holds her up to the camera.
What's your bird's name?
Cheeky.
Cheeky bastard.
Cheeky. She's rotten.
She's a cheeky bastard.
So when was the first, I probably get this asked all the time. I'm going to ask it in a totally different way. I know it. When do you first remember telling jokes, making people laugh, and why?
Well, I mean, I was in sales.
Okay.
That's a natural springboard to stand up.
Yeah.
Salespeople can relate. Relatability is the thing.
Yeah.
And salespeople are good at connecting.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
to be.
So I was a route salesperson for Frito-Lay.
I saw that.
So, and I had a route, and I had to have a rapport with all the little shop owners and supermarket managers. And
Was that Nabisco? Frito-Lay?
Frito-Lay.
No, totally different. Okay,
No,
never
it's
mind.
just like Fritos, Cheetos.
Showing what I know about.
Anything
Did you
O's.
get a chip on your shoulder?
no,
She got a Frito on her shoulder.
no, but I'll tell you what, whenever I came back and I started doing comedy, I went to work for Frito-Lay. I needed a job that I could leave whenever I wanted to take comedy gigs. So I went to Frito-Lay, and they hired me to be a tractor-trailer driver, and I could call them every day for work the next day. And if I had a comedy gig, I just didn't call in and get an assignment.
Wonderful.
Oh, that's nice.
So I had no benefits and no insurance or any of that, but it paid well, and I could just work when I wanted to work. So from the first day I did open mic, I was full-time comedy. I never turned down a chance to do comedy to make money.
Wonderful.
But that's the beauty of starting when you're 37, too,
Yeah.
is that you've worked for a while, and you've got some money, hopefully,
Right.
and a good car,
An experience.
and some life stories, and some,
Right.
Because 16-year-olds that start telling jokes, some of them have something to talk about. They relate to their people,
Yeah.
but they don't relate to a lot. I mean,
Right.
it's got to be hard.
Yeah, it has
Because
to.
I can't imagine doing a show for a room full of 16-year-olds. I'm not in their world.
No, I'd rather throw myself in front of a train. And
I did a show for a college. I've done a couple of colleges and just hated it. Absolutely hated it. Jerry Seinfeld talked about how much he hated doing colleges.
right.
And now, especially because now, for whatever reason, used to be that in the 60s and 70s and 80s, and Berkeley was the one that, everybody was all free spirits and do your own thing and
Right.
and unique, and now that's like they're so PC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People just get offended so easily.
They do.
But I don't
You can't
care.
say anything without.
But I'm nice,
somebody-
so I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. I
don't-
think if you're nice.
If you
yeah.
stay likable, you can get away with saying things. If you have a method to your madness, if you have a real point
If
behind
people see your heart, if they know that
Yeah.
how you mean it, that's why it's important to not open with anything controversial unless you want that out there right now up front.
Right.
When I was helping teach a class in Charlotte, these guys would take the class and they would come out and they would have 3 minutes set for their graduation set, for their class. And they would come out and they would be like, so who else masturbates 10 times a day? And I'm like, hold on. hold on. I know you're proud of it, but if you went to a party and your parents' friends were at that party,
Right.
but you'd never met them, there's a bunch of people that age, and you walked in, would that be the first thing you'd say to that room full of strangers?
Right.
Who else jerks off? I mean, you're not going to do, you have to, hey, how, or whatever, getting to know people a little bit.
Right.
Did you have a good day today?
Yeah.
Just, I don't know, just something.
Yeah.
Something other than
But
how
not
many times
like-
did you jerk off today.
Yeah, or so who else smokes weed? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's
Where are my
it's
Jews?
a little overdone.
Just-
Yeah.
What they're trying to do is jolt you, but with today, with TV and everything, you're not jolting anybody anymore.
Yeah, it's like
All you're
been there,
doing is
done that.
you're looking
Not
like
my
a
first rodeo.
bore.
Yeah.
And I don't mean boring. I mean ill-bred, ill-trained, boorish.
Like a
Boor. Boorish. Boorish.
Right,
That's how you
right.
look when you come out and try to talk like that
right.
and shock people.
Yeah.
So one time, well, I have to have a way to break the ice when I come out. It's like something I have to do for me to feel comfortable, and so I'll come out sometimes. I feel like the room can handle it, and I'll say, everything you say these days has to be so politically correct. And then I'll just pregnant pause for a second and go, so, good night. Let me know how that works for you.
You're done.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
I'm
But it's
all done.
controversial, but it also loosens them up, it helps me to relax, and I think it relaxes them. That I don't know what the hell she's going to do, but that was weird. That was
All
funny.
I say is if you're going to talk about anything controversial, commit.
So when
Commit
add
to it.
more to it, or just say it with confidence.
Say it with confidence. Stand behind what you say. Do not let what anybody says change your commitment to it.
And have some integrity.
And know what the hell you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
That's powerful.
people talk about gay, the blood, a bunch of gay stuff. Like I've heard guys try to talk about gay stuff.
Yeah.
And they obviously don't know gay people, and I mean,
Right.
or don't really know them.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell that their view is outside looking in. Mm-hmm. They don't have a family member, somebody they love that is. You can just tell.
Yeah.
Be qualified to talk about what you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah. That's cool. Is there anything you'd like to say? Because we've
Yeah,
asked you
upcoming
I've
questions.
just talked my
shows.
face off. Hey,
Get out of here, man.
Is there anything you want
Was he
to
hot?
add to the that was Eric.
He's kind
the
of cute. He's
bartender.
cute. Yeah. We could ruin him.
Yeah.
It would not be hard because we're old and experienced.
So I saw you lived in something for a year. What was that I saw on your bio?
I lived on a boat
Oh yeah, and you
For
ride
4
years.
motorcycles.
for
And you
4 years.
pirate.
So what do you like best? Do you like that 4 years that you lived?
It was a good time in my life. I don't want to go do it again. I would do it again. But I'll tell you something, it's not what you think. It sounds like it's really blissful and you're, oh my God, you live on a boat. Well,
Right.
guess what? Boats break. A lot. A lot.
They're like men.
They're a money pit. There's always something that needs
Yeah.
sanding, polishing, varnishing, cleaning. Oh my
Sounds
God.
like a man.
It's awful. Yep. But it's very cool. It was like the Jimmy Buffett song. It was like living a Jimmy Buffett song. So
Cheeseburger in paradise.
it was beautiful.
So you lived on and this motorcycle thing.
I
you
ride a
still-
bike. Yes.
So like, do you do events with motorcycle people? Like
I do
you?
bike week every year in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Oh, man,
I've done
I love
that
me
like
some Myrtle
6
Beach.
years in a row, and then I've done. I tell you what, I've done so many different shows. You talk about relating to people. Mm-hmm. I've done two shows twice for the Hells Angels
Wow.
in their club, not their clubhouse, but in a bar that's owned by one of them in a pool hall. And all I'll say about that show is they're old and burned out. They're all my age, and they can't hear, because from between loud music, shooting guns, and motorcycles, they're done. But people think, oh, I'm gonna be in the wind and I'm gonna do this. And yeah, look at them when they're 60. You'll be like, oh, maybe I need to take some vitamins now. Because yeah, there's something to be said for burning the candle at both ends, but
Right.
they're all just kind of, let's just say the handicapped spaces were all taken.
Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yes,
I enjoyed that.
Julie.
Y'all were fun.
Thank you.
This was fun.
You're fun. It's fun to be around fun people.
I love this.
These
I
are
love
good times.
I love comedy, and I love the podcasting thing, the internet thing,
Yeah.
reaching people.
Yeah. Well, I like to get to know people and just like their process and just their journey. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
You know?
Everybody.
I don't understand why comedians don't want to help each other more.
I don't either.
It's such a every man for himself thing, and
Game
it's
of
like,
Thrones.
but you know what? Everybody brings something different. The way
Yeah.
I see it is everybody brings something different to the game, and
Right.
and me helping somebody isn't going to cut me out of a job. Talent will rise to the top.
Yes, absolutely.
And if people don't work hard and they steal jokes and they do this or that, it has a way of leveling itself.
Biting you in the ass.
Yes.
Yes.
ma'am. It will.
Bite
So,
that ass. Yeah.
I didn't like the way she was looking when she said that.
It's awkward.
Bite that ass.
I just go with it. Because I hit on her and she turned me down. So
Oh, that's
I'm
not true.
kidding. It's not true. It's not
Should I go?
No, I haven't hit on her, is what she means.
Oh, okay.
I'm straight as an arrow.
So we are
Arrows.
Sassy
Arrows.
Broad Squad, and we have Julie Scoggins, and this is Good Night.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, Julie. You're the best.
Oh, that was fun.
Now I'm a huge fan.
Aw. What is on your mouse?